Everybody, this is Bull Run Crypto, and today we're going to talk about the alt season possibly being canceled, what we need to know. We're also going to talk about the things that could trigger it, because some people believe that we're not going to have it, other people believe that it's coming very soon. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If we just go over to X, you can see the sentiment right here. Everything is dumping, only ETH is pumping. Get ready for alt season, says Ash Crypto. Although right now Ethereum has retraced a bit. But these are things that people are looking at when everything's down and all of a sudden ETH starts pumping. That's something to keep an eye on. You can see Ted Pillows right here. He says, altcoin market cap had just hit its first golden cross since Q1 2021. The last time this happened, altcoin macro pump, market cap pumped 500% in just a few months. It looks like alt season will become a reality. Again, nobody knows, but people are just guessing, right? And then you can see right here, altcoins comeback will be legendary. All the ingredients are there. The same people who hyped up the meme cycle, super cycle, pushed you to buy the top, now swear by Bitcoin. Alt's drowning in record-breaking FUD. Maximum alt season disbelief. This is the perfect setup. You can see right here, he even uses a chart to show what happens last time. See, we've had this happen right around here. I'll even show you in the charts on CoinMarketCap the things you have to take into consideration. One thing I'm noticing in the markets chart is this is not very similar to what we saw last cycle, because if we go to the chart right now, you could see right here in the coin market cap crypto market overview, you could see fear and greed index. Fear is returning to the market. It's no longer as neutral or as green bullish as we had saw before. These are things that kind of happened last time, where people were giving up on Ethereum. They were calling it dead. They said it's over, and then all of a sudden it woke up. But you can see the fear and greed index is entering into the orange area here. You can also see, if we look at the cycle last time, by around February 15th, thereabouts, we were headed up. Okay? Right now, in February, we're headed down. So it is a bit different. We're not following the exact same pattern. Now, also, it's important to remember that no two cycles or historical data is going to be the same, but those are things you have to take into consideration. And even if you look at the crypto ETFs net inflow outflow right now over the last year, look at this. You can see we've had two downflows, 2 months of downflow. We haven't seen a downflow that strong since September. But we had back-to-back, although it is going less outflows. But this is important to take into consideration, because if this was going down further, if the candle was wicking further down and it continued into March wicking down, that's a trend, right? So you can see how the trend keeps going up. The wicks were going higher into December. Right now we're kind of trending downward, but this could reverse very quickly, even if we can actually impact the market. So how the Fed impacts stocks, crypto, and other investments according to Bankrate. You can see after lowering interest rates by 25 basis points from December 17 to 18 meeting, the Federal Reserve opted to hold rates steady in January 28 to 29. But you can see right here, investors look forward to lower interest rates. So interest rates can have an impact on other markets. So we'll have to see what Jerome Powell ends up doing. But this is just one thing that can impact it. Also, we have in the short term how Elon Musk's Fort Knox gold audit may help Bitcoin reach all-time high. There's still this conversation, what happens if they go in there and they don't find any gold in there, or not as much gold as we expected. So then what happens to the price of Bitcoin? What happens to the trust of gold, right? So this is something that we're keeping an eye on very closely. And it's going to get interesting, because Musk replied, who is confirming that gold wasn't stolen from Fort Knox? Stolen? I don't know if it would be stolen or just taken away or just removed once we went to the fiat currency model that we have away from the gold standard. And then, maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I'm just saying this is going to be an interesting revelation, and it's going to impact the market no matter what ends up happening. But if the gold's not there, that's going to be very interesting for Bitcoin. Now you have, could Trump eliminate capital gains tax on U.S. crypto projects? So they've talked about this becoming a thing. It still has not happened. A lot of people are waiting on it. But if it does end up happening, that's definitely going to make people very excited about crypto altcoins, Bitcoin, all of that stuff. Some of the American-made projects in that, you can go right on to CoinMarketCap and pull up that by going right here to categories. And then you come down here where it says Made in America. And these are all the projects that are considered Made in America projects. Some of the top ones: Cardano, Dogecoin, Solana, XRP, Chainlink, Stellar. So these could really end up getting a benefit. I didn't know Polkadot was considered Made in America, considering Gavin is from the UK, but maybe he's made it in America, so Polkadot could really benefit from that. Right now, Polkadot's extremely low. I mean, we don't know where that's going, but I just point that out because this one's well below all-time highs. So Made in America, crypto taxes could be a big impact for the market. Then you have Eric Trump, zero crypto tax policy, bold idea or a dream. How much reality is behind it? How likely could it happen? What's not clear about the proposal is where they're going to get the money from to offset. They talk about saving a lot of money. You know, Doge is kind of being used publicly to say, hey, we're saving all this money here. Maybe we don't need to collect all these taxes that we thought we needed to collect. So maybe it's kind of a setup for doing away with capital gains tax, or maybe even doing away with possibly the IRS at some point, or limiting the IRS. We don't know what's going to end up happening, but this is going to be another thing that's going to be a catalyst to really change the market dynamic as we know it right now, because right now we're running sideways and down, right? So people are not very excited. Also, you have inflation. How inflation impacts the market. You guys have seen this before. That's why Bitcoin was originally created, as an alternative hedge to gold. That's why gold always goes up when inflation goes up, because people want to store their money outside of the dollar or outside of fiat. So it'll be very interesting to see what ends up happening with the inflation as Trump comes in, because one of the things he ran on was saying, hey, we're going to cool down inflation. Inflation hit its high in 2021 and 2022, and that was blamed on, you know what, the certain situation that happened during that phase. But it's really cooling down here into 2024 and 2025, although the damage was already done right here, right? So now it's just like, can we kind of get back some of the money that we've inflated? And so people are like, well, stabilizing the inflation rate isn't necessarily important. You could see under the last Trump presidency, inflation stayed relatively stable. It wasn't until what happened right here in 2020 that really launched inflation rates through the roof. And another thing that can actually impact the altcoin market would be the $5,000 stimulus payment. Who could receive the Doge dividend proposed by Musk and Trump? So people are saying that, hey, if I get all that money, I'm putting it straight into Bitcoin. Some people say they're going to pay off some debt, but there's also a lot of people who are saying they're going to put it into investments like cryptocurrencies. And obviously, if the Fort Knox stuff shows that gold isn't a safe alternative to the dollar, and then people are going to say, well, hey, maybe this Bitcoin thing could be a better option. But we've still got these hacks that are affecting the trust in the market. You know, those are things that are really affecting people's ability to store coins and trust exchanges. Even cold storage is being hacked. In this case, that's what happened. Cold storage hacked the Bybit wallet. Okay, 1.5 million. Lazarus, North Korea, is claiming responsibility for that, by the way. So these are important things to take into consideration, but will you be one of the people who get that? It says the IRS program is intended only for American taxpayers who are not in debt to the IRS. These payments are only intended for American citizens by birth, although the possibility of foreign taxpayers is not ruled out. They could demonstrate that their residence in the United States has been through legal channels. So a lot of these factors are in play. It's just going to depend what you guys think is going on. But right now, if we go back to the actual coin market cap, we take a look at things as it stands right now. Bitcoin sitting at 95,000, running sideways. ETH sitting at 2,700. They're talking about Lazarus, or the North Korean company that hacked them, or whatever they are, an intelligence arm of North Korea. They're trying to sell into altcoins, which could trigger an altcoin season, believe it or not. If they start selling their ETH into meme coins or ETH DeFi, that could really trigger something. But people are still concerned. Is it canceled? And the main reason is because we're running late. We're running late on this right here. And Trump has still made news saying he wants to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. But people are saying he's not delivering on all his promises. But it's been slow to come out. It's been slow to roll out. So we'll have to stand by. But what do you guys think? Is altcoin season canceled, or are we still on track, bearing in mind what the Fear and Greed Index says here at 40?